You especially remember the day that we knew that we were at war? I have a special memory of it because
Pearl Harbor Day, you mean?
my father was a news buff. He would go to that radio.
Mm-hmm.
He knew everything that was going on all the time because he kept that KYW on all day. And I had come from church. It was that Sunday. I had come from church. I went upstairs and took a nap. He came to the foot of the steps and hollered up to me. "You're up there sleeping your life away, and we're at war." That's what he said to me.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh
And that's
my!
the way I heard the news about
Everybody can
about
my,
Pearl Harbor.
yeah.
You know, and I just can't forget it because it was scary. It was really scary.
Yeah, terrifying.
I think all of us had family members who were in the Army or the Navy. There was a draft, and all young men of 18 years of age had to sign up for the draft. We had one thing of duty, but we had rationing. You had book of stamps that you could use. You could only buy so much. Sugar was rationed, meat was rationed, butter, those kinds of things.
Everybody was encouraged to grow their own food. And so my dad converted our garage to a chicken coop, and he raised Rhode Island Reds, and we got all our eggs that way. And then we grew all our vegetables in the backyard. So at that time, 40% of the produce that people ate was grown in their own backyards.
They called them victory gardens.
Right.
At that time, everybody was kind of poor, so whoever grew the veggies and had the chickens, you shared. And those friendships lasted all through our lifetime. I'm the youngest of 8. And my brothers and sisters still have those friends that started out at Bluebell Hill, where I was born.
Young people in the late 60s, early 70s, black or white, I think we had a common bond in wanting to see the Vietnam War come to an end because there was a draft then, and we didn't want to go over there and get killed. So there was a camaraderie that in a common hope for peace. That maybe it was out of fear or whatever, but it did bring us all together in a way.
You have to remember, Germantown has probably a half a dozen well-defined, distinctly neighborhoods, and they look different, and so that feeling of community was very unique. I mean, you go up in the Northeast, you have 20 square miles of houses that look the same, and tell me, I don't know how people don't end up sleeping in someone else's bed half the time after going out for a good evening of libation. But here, the neighborhoods were the neighborhoods. I mean, you weren't afraid of being punished by your teacher as much as having to go home, and having your father waiting for you because he had to be bothered by a call from the principal. And that's, the whole, it sort of got turned upside down. I mean, the things about who you relate to and who you admire and who you want to try to emulate seem to be very different now. And I think that it was a kind of a healthier way back then in a way.